We're going to use our breath-based cues with our sun salutations. So next up is sun salutations, and I'm going to ask that you practice these a bunch. If you're ever going to teach a flow or vinyasa class, or really any kind of yoga practice, the sun salutation is kind of the basis and the all-encompassing of like every single pose that you could find in your practice. Now, you don't always or ever have to practice them breath-based and fast, but it is a great guideline for transitioning from standing to seated. Instead of just going from standing and sitting down, it's a way to get into a seated pose or get down to the floor from standing. It also helps to heat your body, and it's just a great all-over nice like flow. And even if you just did a few sun salutations every day, that's a great practice to do for your physical body. It also helps build heat, so it's part of the beginning of our practice. Now, it is not the very first thing you do after your breath setup. We're just getting into it because we're talking about cueing. So here's an example of a sun salutation A with breath-based cues. So using the inhale and the exhale with one cue to tell you where to go. Oftentimes this would be done after you've already set people up in each of the poses so they know where they're going. So you're just kind of cueing them into it and through a quicker breath-based movement style. So here we go. I'm going to start in that standing at the top of the mat, that standing pose, mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold forward. Inhale, lift your gaze and lengthen your back to look forward. Exhale, plant the hands and step your feet back into a plank position. Inhale, shift forward onto your tippy toes, gazing at the top of the mat. Exhale, hug the elbows in, bending the elbows up to 90 degrees. Inhale, lift your heart forward, flip over the toes and gaze forward, keeping your neck in neutral alignment. Exhale, send the hips up and back to the sky. Hug the belly in, flip over the toes and press the chest towards the legs. Inhale, looking forward, bend the knees, prepare to walk, step, or jump forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the back, looking forward. Exhale, nose towards the shins as you fold and release. Inhale, look forward, open the arms and rise. Circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your side. So that was one example of our sun salutation with movement cues, breath-based movement cues in a quicker way, done just breath to movement. One of your homeworks is to come up with 3 more scripts for those movement cues for sun salutation A. 3 more. So instead of reach arms overhead, what else could you say? Send your arms up towards the sky. Instead of swan dive, you can say, or hinge at the waist, you can say swan dive, you can say open the arms, lead with the heart, fold down, or bring your upper body, actually bring is not a good word, but to dive your upper body down towards the ground. And then stepping back to plank pose, walk your feet back, step your feet back. So you can even use a thesaurus through this. So how many different ways can you say the word step? Or how many different ways can you say the word dive, or reach, or circle, or lengthen? How many different ways can you say any of those action words? And then which body parts are leading the way? So that's a homework for you. For those of you who are working to be teachers and do and practice sun salutations, do 3 more breath-based movement cue sun salutations. And if you're not 100% familiar yet with that sun salutation, use my guide. Use this guide right there. You can look at this and copy. Go inhale, and then instead of reach arms overhead, replace that with something else, with the action right here. Replace that with your own version. So you should have 3 scripts that look like that.